It's the red light district.
Don't worry, partner, you go see thing again. Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. This is not the end. We time coming back again. It's so much my heart could say.
So, iconic mass. When did this idea start for you all?
Okay, well, iconic events is where this whole thing started. We started out doing promotions, where it is our staple event is called Soca After Mass,
Right.
where it is when Carnival finishes in Trinidad, people just want something to do. So we offer the ultimate cool long event, series of events,
Right.
which starts from Ash Wednesday straight through until the Friday after Carnival. So, iconic events started off as a promotion entity where we do fests and parties throughout the year. So with Mass now, when it is we heard that the Tobago Assembly was going to do a Tobago Carnival, we said, you know what, seeing that we already know this thing, we could just jump into it and do something.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah.
so is this the first year for iconic mass?
Actually, this is the second year. The second year because this is the second year of the Tobago Carnival.
Right. So you
We-
started with the
Yes.
start of the Tobago Carnival.
Yes, to be honest with you, we didn't know nothing about Mass.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so how did it all come together then? Like, what was the inner workings to make all of this fit together properly to make it work?
Well, okay, the key members of our group actually are business people. And if there's one thing with our philosophy is that it's better to try and fail than fail to try.
Right.
So we went out and did the research, figured out how all the music bands are doing things, and we came up with our own model in how we believe things will work within the landscape of where we live, which is Tobago.
Right.
So we just created it where it is we started consulting with designers, started consulting with suppliers, everybody that is involved in this whole mass thing. We started consulting, getting information, having meetings with all these people. The first year, I will say, even though it came out really good, we had a lot of mistakes, and it's a learning process for us right now.
Right.
It still is a learning process as we go ahead,
As with
Right.
everything. Yeah.
as with everything.
Yeah.
So we ain't got it perfect, but we're close to perfect.
Well, I mean, from my experience
Yeah.
this year playing with y'all, I didn't see too much hiccups, if any. For me, it ran pretty smoothly, but I guess I was just enjoying myself more. I didn't have like the inner vision or to see the inner workings of what you're actually doing.
Which it is, okay. As I said, remember iconic events.
Right.
No, I should say iconic mass started off as iconic events. It came out of iconic events. We are promoters. What happens on the road is actually the same thing as a party. We already know how to do parties. It's just that we took the party and put it on the road.
Right.
You understand? The only thing that made it a little difficult for us is because we are not mass makers. But in any business, it are people for that. We partnered with these people and we brought them on board. That is why even if you watch out how we advertise our band, we give the designers of the section full recognition for their section.
Right.
So you'll watch at the section like we have Shiny Check, we also have Aniki, and we also have Skymax. If you look at our marketing, we marketed these people so that everybody know these are the designers. It's not like most of them big bands, you're watching at them and all they see is the section, you don't know who is the person behind the section.
Right. Right.
So we actually, the model that we have is to give the power to the designers to give them recognition for the work that they do.
How willing were they when you all pitched them the idea to come
So
forward? And,
we consulted with a lot of them. As I say, some people tend to stick to the norm, where some people understood the ideology of what we were doing. So, yes, we lost out on some, but I would never use the term lost out. Yes, we didn't get some to design with us,
Right.
but the ones who designed and that worked with us were pretty happy working with us. And as we say, it's a growing experience.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Between last year and this year, did you have any of the designers returning, or were they all
Yes.
new this year?
Yes, we did. We had one designer return, which was China Chick.
Okay.
She returned, brought out her own section. You can see did a very good job in terms of the design.
Yeah.
So yeah. The other two designers is a guy from Grenada who resides in New York. He actually reached out to us because based on our social media presence, he saw what we had to offer. He hit me up, yo, I want to do something in Tobago. I was like, come true.
That's pretty good.
So,
Pretty good. I didn't even know that.
yeah.
So
The other designer, which is Aniki Taylor, she's based in Tobago.
right.
She's a designer in Tobago, not only in the carnival landscape, but also in the whole clothing landscape. So I approached her, we talked to her, say, no, let me give you an opportunity to showcase your talent. Bring out a section. At first she was a little hesitant, but
Yeah.
we were able to convince her to spread your wings. Try it. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't work, we move on. And she did an amazing job in terms of her design.
Yeah, I must say the costumes were really good.
Yes.
Really good. So, is there any increase in participation from last year to this year?
We actually doubled in participation.
Nice.
Doubled or even a little more than double.
Nice. So,
Because, all right, my business partner might be vexed with me saying this, but it's just my ideology for the band. We are the vibes band.
right.
Most other mass bands, they come up with this philosophy of, winning best band of the year
Yeah.
because you look this way and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We are about that. We are about, you hit the road, you have vibes, right down till we lie down.
Yeah.
You understand?
I
We are
know.
about that. You understand?
It definitely was that.
That's it.
It definitely was that,
That's-
I must say. So, you mentioned this designer from Grenada. Are there any other islands that are like reaching out, not just with your band, but as far as the whole carnival, like reaching out and want to be a part?
Well, to be honest with you, I want to know what's happening in the other mass camps.
Right.
I will assume that people would be reaching out to them. But what I can tell you, when we were on the road, I met up with like 3 or 4 different designers who wasn't from here.
Right.
So the same guy from Grenada, but his band is actually pretty huge. He actually won Labor Day, Band of the Year in Labor Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, he's no newcomer to the game now. So yeah.
Yeah.
So as we say, he did his thing in Labor Day. So a lot of people who align with him actually approach us. I didn't say know a lot of some of these people in Tobago. Yeah, so like going through when we were on the parade, this guy came, approached us. He does do events all over the world in Colombia, trying to carry the soca music all over now.
Right.
He announced saying, he want to link up. So I see this thing, this Tobago Carnival only growing.
Right.
And if you really check it out, the Tobago Carnival, as one of the chairman of the committee that is planning the carnival, what he said is that it's like we are in the birthing stage. A baby does take 9 months to born. And even when it born, you have to creep, then walk.
Right.
We have to give the thing time to grow to where it is. And based on the speed in which year 1 to year 2 developed, you could see the carnival moving like them. These babies are born now that just so that I come out talking.
Talking using cell phone.
The thing is, that is to show you how fast the thing moving.
Yeah,
We were really overwhelmed with the support that we got. It wasn't as early as we needed it to,
Right.
but based on what happened within the last 2-3 weeks, the overwhelming support that we got, we are very much excited to see what next year could bring. Right? We already started coming up with team for next year. By next 2 weeks, we dropping our team. By
Already?
by February, dropping launching the costumes. We have to hit the ground running.
Iconic mass next 2 weeks. we having something. We need something
Yeah.
for next year.
One beating a drum, licking iron without a tongue. Hey, watching the city come alive. I out there till the sunrise.